Welcome back, everyone. This is Seraphon playing Lady Night Saga. Last time we went to the northern village and did a little side quest, recruited a new character, got some useful accessories against the cold. Then where are we heading now? To the snowy mountains. Nice generic mountainy backgrounds. We can either go into the mountains or back to the capital. No point in going back to the capital, so we'll go into the mountains. Someone here with looks like a nice warm coat. She has an image, and so probably this is another player character, although I'm not sure I remember her. Anyway, so the issue with the mountains is there's a disused old trail through the mountains, which will connect to the port city, but normally people use the tunnels. Problem is there was a cave in the tunnels, and they can't get through, and there's monsters on the path like there always are, and there's been rumors of a sighting of an incarnation of the evil dragon. Stella's mission is to seek out information about those, so that's kind of convenient for us, but it's a good reason for normal people not to come here. Anyway, Iru Noah, is saying there's supposed to be ruins in the tunnel. They're sealed up now, and she's wondering if there's some way she can get in to see them. And yeah, that's all she says. Got vaguely treacherous sounding music. There's one of these dragon veins where you can save and reorganize the party. There's a snowman. This is the connecting tunnel between Gran and Yukana. But as you can see, it's blocked off now. It's like, nope, you can't go in. Also, this is the soldier that looks cold. Yeah, there's a cave in, so you can't pass. If you really want to go to Yukana, you have to go through the mountain terrace. Now, you cannot open chests in people's homes and businesses, but if they're out in the wild like this, it's no one's private property, so it does not matter. Okay, so they have cold resist. I think that gave her some cold resist. Yeah, let's put this on Aoi. Yeah, we have an ice wardstone, so that gives you ice resist. Fire resist isn't going to help here, but it's not going to hurt. So, cold resist on Stella, cold resist on Aoi. Now, that protects against freezing, but it's not cold resist, but also Mobko has that vest defense of anyone. And cold resist on Horn. So let's go explore the mountain a bit. Here's another snowman. I don't know which way to go, so let's take the narrow path first. Oh, we got some treasure here, so... And new monsters, Yukinko. So Yuki, Snow, Ko is like child, so... Snow kids, basically. And after building up a few levels in the fields, they're completely inconsequential. We got a snow fragment, basically. Stella has reached level 5 and learned Ade Blade. Mobko is level 5. Yeah, I think Ade was the fire spell, so now that's its skills. Yes, so this is low single target fire damage. So exactly what we need for this area. It's like they know. Here is one of these, and yeah, I'll try out that new skill on it. Dino does decent damage, and yeah, they do not like fire. Aoi has reached level 5. And we've got Snow Gakure. It's like concealed. Something's hiding in the snow. Not super strong, and with 5 characters, they're not that difficult, and one ran away anyway. Good money, though. And we got a lightweight stone. Okay, Horn is reached level 5. We're in Bun Moashi, which is basically wave around wildly, or like a wild swing. reckless. Alright, yeah. Recklessly swing your axe around, so low slashing damage to a single target. Presumably it's better than your normal attack, but anytime something says low, you can't expect much more out of it. Anyway, Blacksmith wanted one of those stones, so let's head back to town and see what he makes out of it. Okay, let's make the thing. And he'll take just a moment. And a stone armband, I believe? Lightweight but tough. And it protects against paralyze. Okay, so... yeah, +1 defense, +1 speed. Protects against paralyze, but strengthening ineffective. I guess that means you can't use buffs on them. But at this point I don't actually have any, so that's not a problem. Come to think of it, does Paula say anything new? She does not. Now, there was another character at the bar, Barbara? No, I just realized. Barbara at the bar. That's a little silly. Yeah, she's saying the same thing about reckless adventurers going out without proper equipment. Oh, but she's saying more now. Seems like you're someone who actually listens to people. She likes people like that. And she has a request. So, previously, a little while ago she was out on a journey and somewhere lost a precious... let's see, that's sun, that's emergence, so like sunrise maybe? And I think that's pearl. So she lost something called a sunrise pearl. Probably in the dungeon near Yukana, something called the beginner's dungeon, perhaps? So if you're in the area and you find it, could you get it for me? It's like, okay, if I go there, I'll look for it. And yes, you have it, and no. Okay. Not sure exactly what triggers that. Might just be you need to talk to everyone in the bar. But yeah, if we happen along that place and find it, then we'll bring it back to her. I don't think that's available until month 2, though. I think this is the party you have for month 1 at best. Oh yeah, you'll always have Reno and Aoi. It's kind of hard to miss Mobko. You could easily miss Horn if you don't go to the village, but they pretty much tell you, go to the village. So, yeah. And this guy's kind of shocked that you're going on the mountain at such light gear. Do not underestimate the mountain. At least have something to warm you up. Okay, so there's the warming potion that will unfreeze you. And here's a freeze-resistant accessory. Poka Poka Lon. Poka Poka Lon? Yeah, Poka Poka is... I think that's one of those onomatopoeia words that sounds kind of like warm and bubbly. So... it's like a... I think it's like a belt pouch. But yeah, I will get one of those for Reno, so I have one more character that's immune to being frozen. And here's a snow girl. She looks kind of irritable. But 4 attacks is good enough. Of an experience, 28 gold, we got a snow fragment. I don't think that was what the researcher was looking for. Okay, the exit's right on the left there, because you can't go straight down. I assume the path to continue on is up there, so we'll go side to side first. Okay, we got Yukinkos, we've got a snowman, which looks rather ridiculous, and we have the initiative. So that should mean a free round of attacks. Not that we really need it, with how weak these are. It looks like the Snow Girl is the de facto strongest monster here. Okay, there's something over there. Can't get there from here, though, so we have to come up here. Okay, there is someone here who looks distinctive. It's like the fancy hair. We've got question marks for a name. We have the Ojo Samolaf. If you're not familiar with that, the one that goes, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, it's supposed to be refined. It mostly just sounds obnoxious. But she has finally obtained the treasure said to be sleeping in the snowy mountains, apparently. Of course, she turns around and notices us, and... overly dramatic much. So, you are one step too late. The treasure is mine. All treasure in the world is mine. Obnoxious laugh. Anyway, she's advising us not to get in her way. Soreja go kigenyo. And that's a very refined sounding good day to you. Unknown treasure is still waiting for her. So yeah, she has her own appearance, she has her own theme music. She's going to be a player character, but not for a while. And of course, Stella's left wondering, what just happened? Okay, there is an exit there. There's another lightweight stone, and another one of the basic shields. Yeah, I fought several... Okay, I think this is what I was looking for. I was starting to say I fought several snow girls and only got the same, like, snowy fragment thing, but here we're getting a snow crystal. That's probably what the researcher is looking for. Yeah, oh, he got frozen there, but status effects do not last after combat for the most part. Okay, we got a save point and a sign that's saying Port Town Yukana is just ahead. So probably that's where the boss is going to be. So if you're going to turn back, now's the time. And a monster leapt out of the chest. Kamaitachi. That's something I've come across a few times in my translations. It's like... it's something that doesn't really translate. And of course it's using the Kamaitachi attack. I should have saved. So sometimes if you're in really cold weather conditions, you'll get this effect where you get cuts without being physically touched. That's what this is. A poison slash. Okay, Charco's decent multi-target healing. Reno's KO though. Okay, that wasn't pretty, but we won. And we got a stick with snow on it. Stella's level 6, Aoi's level 6, Mobko's level 6, Horn's level 6. Reno misses out on the action and does not get revived, because why would you get revived? We'll have Mobko healing the remaining characters. Yeah, does anyone have a cudgel weapon type? Because that's what that sounds like. No. And that's material. Okay. So it's not a weapon. But yeah, I'm going to head back to town and get revived and see if that is what the scholar wants. Okay, we're back in town. Okay, and that is what he wanted, so his research can continue. The snow crystal. And for our troubles... No, first he's commenting on the object. He's saying it's a crystal formed of snow collected together. And if they form these inside their bodies, does that mean... But what does the snow... Not sure what that means. Anyway, here's our reward, 200 gold. And there's a lot more he has to ask for. So, there's a monster called the White Nyan Nyan, so like White Kitty, that drops beast-like ears, or has beast-like ears on its head. He wants to confirm the difference between those and ordinary beasts. Okay. Okay, and we're back at the save point on the mountain, so let's save here. While I was in town, along with healing the party, it's mostly to revive Reno, but also it's good to have full MP. I also got Reno a bash shield, so that gives her an extra 2 attack in addition to 1 more defense. Couldn't hurt. I did have the money for it. Okay, we've got a soldier on the ground, that's not a good sign. We've got dramatic music, that's not a good sign. He's saying something about to the capital. And of course Reno has popped out and going, what the? That doesn't look good. What is this? Like, could this be the incarnation of the evil dragon? Yeah, and the water key is shining. It seems that what's right there in front of us is indeed an incarnation of the evil dragon. And here it comes. It looks kind of ridiculous, but it's the Snow Wolf, it's our first real boss. And I get the feeling it's not going to like fire. Probably can't poison it, but it's worth a try. So 1-2 punch. And sure, let's try flinging a javelin at it. And waving an axe wildly, sure. Alright, that looks like a snowstorm. Oh, he's frozen, and that was a ton of damage. So we're doing pretty good damage ourselves, but... now it's roaring. But it didn't do anything. That's good for us. Yeah, as I recall, axe skills are good damage, but they're low accuracy. And there we go. That should do it for month 1. 80 experience, 140 gold. Stella has reached level 7 and learned Dolza Blade. That is, that kind of sounds earthish. Anyway. Aoi's level 7, Mobko's level 7, Horn is level 7. It's like, well, that was close. But not something we couldn't beat. Reno looks a little annoyed. It's like, yeah. Anyway. You could be a little happier about this. Anyway. We should bring the soldier back to the town. Luckily, he is still breathing. What was he trying to give me? Stella and the others carry the wounded soldier back to the castle. Luckily, his life is in no particular danger, but it took him a few days to wake up. And it wasn't until half a month after rescuing that they heard what he had to say. Okay, Mobko has left the party because her time helping out has ended. And this will be the beginning of month 2. Yeah, I think every month begins with Stella and Maria talking to each other about the situation and what the next mission is. And Maria's asking if we heard about the soldier they rescued. So, yeah, sort of. Okay, it seems he had orders from Maria's older sisters. Maria does not know the details. Now, there's a thing he was trying to give to Stella. Is this something I should have? It seems that whatever it is, it's important to the older princesses. Or unnecessary for them, rather. Not need. But whatever it is, they don't need it, so apparently Stella is going to be getting it. Okay, so... debut, not sure what it's from. So the water key that Maria handed her before... it's similar in some ways to the water key. Might be useful in beating the evil dragon. Okay, it's a moon key. Alright. So Stella says she'll take good care of it. Maria's talking about how she had a hard time of it there, but finding an incarnation of the evil dragon so soon after going off on your journey. Looks like I was right to entrust this to you. And Stella says, no, this was just coincidence. And yeah, Stella doesn't really get excited about things. Very down to earth. Anyway, if you go all the way to the port town of Buchanan, you should get more clues there. She's also suggesting looking at the capital news board, which you've seen before. You might find some clues there, like we did before. And if you're heading to, once you've reached Yukana, make sure to check out the goddess statue. Yeah, I think that's how you link the teleports back to Gran, is investigating the statues in the other towns. Yeah, so since you have received the blessings of the Holy Dragon, it should come in handy on your journey. And Stella just says she understands. May the favor of the Holy Dragon be with you. Stella has the feeling she won't find the next one that easily. There may be some hints in the news board, or she might be able to get some information in Yukana. And here we are outside the castle. Since this is a new month, we can talk to the soldier and once again get our monthly allotment of supplies. Yep, once per month. We still have all our characters from before, except for Mobko, who has left the party permanently. But it's not that big a loss. We will be replacing her with other characters that will, over time, end up being more useful. I don't think Mobko ever learns any extra skills. So although her equipment was pretty good, as far as being a useful character, she would have stagnated. And yeah, that is the Earth attack, as I thought. You can tell from the icon, and also because it says Earth up here, if you can read that. Okay, so let's finish this here. We'll investigate the news and all that next time. Until then, this has been Arafel playing Lady Knight Saga. Month 1, once we got through the setting, the introduction, exploring the town, it went by pretty quickly. Later months will not be so short. Until next time.